I'm Brian, and I've been hacking things my whole life. I have some really great news. They're now making these tiny little arcade games, and they're available in Walmart, GameStop, you name it. Except they're, well, I lost my train of thought. They're extremely affordable. But except this one's very affordable because I picked this pretty pony up for $120 at a not very safe location today. But there's a little problem with it. It is so tiny, I think my dog would feel comfortable at it, and definitely even me are scrunched up. So today we're gonna make a riser for it on the bottom, and today in the Hack Lab. Let's do this. So this is pretty much the idea I have here. So the typical arcade, this is 4 feet. The current one of these Arcade1Up or something they're called are about 4 feet. Okay, so right now I'm about 5'6", 7, 8 maybe. No, I'm up there somewhere. That's kind of dumb. But anyways, here's the issue. In the back of the cabinet, if you look at the back of the cabinet here, there's a big, huge open space. There's this tiny little LCD screen that's inside. So what I'm thinking about doing is using that space and making organizational shelving for my shop inside of that space. Maybe even a fridge. Then the bottom back will be opened up additionally. That could take in some space, and then I'll put rolling casters on it to move it around the shop. So I'm going to take off the back, I'm going to measure the outside, and then I'm going to start using any scrap wood that I have in order to build this rolling cabinet. Then I'm just going to leave off the back panel that's currently on there right now. No harm done. There's hardly anything to this. And that way I'll have this storage here, and then I'll have this little compartment here, and then an additional little part that's right here. So I will actually end up having a storage cabinet in addition to having a riser. So my dog doesn't have to, well, he won't be able to use this. So let's do it. The first thing I want to do is I want to figure out what height I'm going to put it at. And I don't want to go on the internet and figure out what height everyone else is doing. I want to figure out what height is appropriate. I'm one of the shortest, well, that's a little bit too revealing, but my friends are taller than me. So I'm not going to build this for me. I'm going to build it for me in between my friends. So obviously this is too low. This is a little bit better, but it still seems a little too low. This seems a little too high. All right, this is perfect. It just seems to be like the awesome size. So this is the size that we're going to do. So remember, I'm going to put casters on. So the total height that I want to lift it off the floor is approximately 17.5 inches. So 17.5 inches. I got to grab all the supplies and the scrap wood I have. I like using scrap wood because it not only cleans up my shop, but it also gets rid of crap I don't need. So measure the, I know it's 17.5 inches minus this wheel. This wheel is 6 inches, so it's 11.5 inches, and I need 4 of these. And then 11.5 is going to be there, and the wheel is going to go down right there, so that gives me my 17.5. So I'm going to cut one and use it for a template. So I'm going to start assembling these. I'm going to use a little bit of glue because I love glue. I got this wood at the Habitat Reuse Center. So the way that I'm going to do that is these are the sides, and then I'm going to just butt join them up here at the top, whatever's easier. This is all going to be hidden by a paneled shroud that I'm going to paint black. So let's do this. I got to turn on the air compressor, which is going to be loud, so let's do it. All right, so these wheels are a little bit overkill for this, but that's what I have, and I really want to use some scrap wood. So one of the things that's important is, since the shroud, the outside is that's going to be black, is going to go on it, I need these wheels to rotate freely around without hitting it. So right there would be good, and like right there, okay? So one of the things I like about these wheels, even though they're expensive, and I'll probably pirate these in a future project and then put, depend if I use this or I sell it or whatever, I love the weight. So as I'm playing Galaga, that maybe it won't tip over because these are so damn heavy. But I would have less roofs. I'll use this right here. The glue gun will permit me to move things around if I need to else. So again, looking for full rotation, and there it is good. So right up against this, right here, everyone. That's good. That is good. That's good there. Right, so now, hold up, this is like industrial. That's good. That's good there. A little bit more glue. Just that. Add some more glue in there. That's good. So now, another one right here. This looks also going to burn the crap out of you. So this goes right about here. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. But I love your design. So, the problem with this glue gun, first shot away, is it's very industrial, but the glue sticks are extremely expensive. Right there, there. So put this open and then load it up, and then load it up. There you go. Happy is a project. It's all about happily. There you go. There you go. All right, so this is going to be the side now because I screwed up and I put these back boards in the back, but that's better because most likely I'm going to have this machine up against a wall, so I'll be able to access my drawer that way. But for now, because I need to move on, I'm hungry, it's Saturday morning, I need to just put the shroud on and I'm going to paint it black. But that brings up another point. Last night something terrible happened to my paint that is kind of horrific. Let me show you that right now. Last night I went ahead and checked this black paint that I absolutely love. Bear Premium Plus paint and primer in one. No sponsor. I just absolutely love the flat nature of it, but I have a little problem. I left the can open all night because I went to go stir it, and now there's this huge conglomeration on the top. So now I need to salvage. I got my trash can ready here. I need to salvage the top, and I got these little trays that we get from food all the time. So now I'm going to dump it in. There's a big old top. Hopefully I'll have enough. But I'm definitely buying the same exact paint again. So we're too wise. So I think I'll use the paint that's in here for my project today. And then cover this up. I need to get out that nasty thing that's in here. So this thing, actually, it's all kind of, I don't know, this is a hot mess, I'll tell you that much. It's actually kind of going back into its floor. That hard lid is actually working out nicely. See, it's sort of worked back in, so it's not so bad. All right, so I'm going to cover this up. And I'm going to use this paint in here for my project. So I'm going to cover that back up and put a rubber band around that, and that's good. So, okay, so now it's time to use my table saw and cut out the Luann panel boards and then paint them and then screw them in because I'm going to add the storage later on because I need to get on to another project. But let's do this. It'll happen fast. right, so I have all the pieces cut out, and now I'm gonna go ahead and attach them to the base and paint it up, and we should be playing Galaga in moments. All right, now it's time to paint it, but I need to mention that I found this brush. It's actually kind of a decent brush, purdy. My wife didn't wash it out. She's actually a huge painter, so I'm having an issue with that. But I'm going to go ahead and start painting this thing now here. Well, I'm thinking about using a paintbrush and then rolling. No, let me do this. So I'm going to dump the paint on top. That's okay. I'm not too happy with that, but we'll fix it later. Let's get it going. I'll also put those in the clock. This is going to be the perfect paint job ever. So now I have this done. Whoa! I know it's wet. I know I have big old chunks in the paint, but I used reused wood. I used old paint that I left out. I told you about that. And now we're going to check it out, but if it doesn't fit, Okay, here we go. And there is the riser. Oh!